Alright guys, welcome to Nature Graphs. So in this video, I'll be walking you down on how I created this design. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing I did was that I imported this background and I use camera raw filter to retouch the background a bit. Then the next thing I added was a curve just to give it the kind of darker look. And I added a rectangle to just to make it darker, and I put the opacity on 50%. Right. Then I added a gradient fill just to give it kind of look. Then the next thing I did was I added some particles to the background. I imported the particles and I set the blend mode on screen just to add this kind of touch to the background. Then the next thing I did was that I started importing the characters. Right. Then I add this radial gradient fill at the back here, just to have some kind of glowing effect from that side, and I added another one at the top here. Then moving on, the next character, and then same thing, I added a gradient fill at the top just to give it the kind of glow from that angle. And I put the gradient effects on screen blend mode. I put the blend mode on screen also. Then the next thing I did, I started adding the other guests. But actually, all these pictures, they are edited. I edited them with camera raw filter. Well, maybe I'll still need to do another video to explain in details how I edited these pictures for this kind of use. Okay. So then I added the last person. Okay, the last person here. So these are all the characters that are meant to be on the design. And the next thing, I added a fill just to cover up the bottom part of the design. And I added a rectangular taping at the bottom part of the design. Then I imported the logo of the concerts. So this X is somehow dark and I needed the red to pop out, so I added a rectangle shape, which also I now clip it to the X. So in that way, the red rectangular shape is fixed inside the X. Then, moving on. Sorry, I'm too fast. I just have to make it snappy and rush it down. Then I added the theme. The font that I use for this theme is called Taken by Culture. So in case you want to download it, you can go to datfonts.com or any font downloading platform. You can download it there. And this biblical reference, I use benzene bold fonts. You can download it on datfonts.com too, or any font downloading platforms. And here is the theme. I also use benzene bold font also. Then I added a line here just to have this kind of demarcation at the bottom part here to separate the characters from the text that I want to put underneath. Then the next thing I started adding the text that are meant to be on the design, and the first one I added was the name of the host pastor, which is this. Then I added the name of the senior pastor, which is this. So I make the size the same because they are of the same size. The images are of the same size, so I copy this one, I paste it here. Then I edit the name, which is here. Then I added the name of the other characters. So what I did here was just copy this one, put it here, copy this one, put it here, then I edit. So just to make the size, to maintain this size, and at the same time just keep it on the same line. So after that, I put the name, the hosts, same font, but I change the color. I pick one of these colors on their faces, one of these light colors. So I picked color to give it this color, the same color I used for the theme and the biblical reference to. And I also did the same. I also did the same for the senior pastor here. The same color, I used the same color that I used here for this part also. So the next thing I did was I started putting the name of the church and all, the name of the church and the address. Then the dates of the event here and the time. So all these things I use the same font because this design is for a billboard and it needs to have this kind of bold kind of look so that people that are coming from far, they can catch the information so easily. Most people that will be passing, they'll be on transit and they have to catch the information that they need to catch before walking by. So that's all. Then here I need a demarcation to differentiate this part, so I added some lines there with the other color. Okay. Sorry, the file is very large, so it's trying to load. Okay, so there we go. So these are the demarcations. So I think this is everything on the design. So the first thing I did is to deal with the background. I dealt with the background. I arranged it the way I wanted. Then I started importing the picture and I do the retouching with camera raw filter. Then I put this fill to cover up the down part of the pictures just to give the kind of tipping. Then I brought in the texts and that's all. So the last thing that I did here is that I color grade the design. So I felt like the design is looking too poppy, so I needed to give it a kind of cool kind of look. So that's why I did this curve. Just to, can you see this? So this is before. This is how it's looking before, and this is after. So you can see the difference. So this one gives it this kind of cool kind of look, and that's all. So that'll be all on this particular video. I want to take this moment to say thanks for watching.